Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video. So finally, I'm delighted to be able to say we have a date for the Cardano Vasil hard fork. It's going to be the 22nd of September. So those who follow the channel here know that that's not the date the changes come into play. That's the date of the hard fork. And then a few days later, that's when the changes are implemented on chain then. But I'll get into that in this video here. I'll try and keep it quick, what it means, what's next, and also looking at some of the top news items from the community as well. Timestamps below as usual. Please do share it out. Let people know Vasil is happening. Everything's a go at this point, and comment, questions, anything like that below. Give it a like, subscribe if you're new. I do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. Okay, so we'll start out here with the tweet from IOG, which was the main announcement. So the Vasil upgrade date confirmed, and you can see after successful completion, extensive testing, they can, along with the Cardano Foundation, today announce the 22nd of September for the Vasil upgrade on the Cardano mainnet. So it's great to finally be at this point that we have a date. We've been waiting for this for a while now, but at least we know at this point that we have a fully secure node version going out. And again, with a hard fork on Cardano, the hard fork combinator event, it doesn't really mean anything to the normal everyday user in terms of you don't have to worry about a split, or that there is going to be something you have to do for your tokens or your Aada. You have to do nothing. Everything for the end user will still work the exact same after. There's no new coin created or anything like that. When you look at the ETH Merge, which is going to happen, I have that open here, in 11 days, just under 12 days, which will be a few days before the Cardano hard fork. So that's going to happen the, what does that make it? The 2nd today. So the 13th, maybe 14th of September for the merge, according to this countdown here. When that goes off, potentially there will be a split in the chain. There will be two tokens. There will be ETH, I don't know what they're going to call it, but that's what can happen on other chains. But with Cardano, you don't have to worry about a split or anything like that. So just 22nd is the date. And if we look over here on Pool Peak, the calendar that they have here for the epochs, so the 22nd is the beginning of epoch 365. So the changes will be submitted to the network at that point. It then takes 5 days, and at the end of that epoch, when we go into 366 on the 27th of September, that will be the first epoch with the changes introduced by Vasil. That's when dApps and everything in the ecosystem can actually start to use the enhancements that have been brought. So it's great to be here, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what is going to be utilized, who are going to be the first few dApps coming out and using these features as well. So it's not going to be just the 27th, all the changes come into play and then everyone starts to use them the next day. It's going to take projects a bit of time. They have been testing, but some will have to build new smart contracts. The old ones will still work perfectly after the hard fork. There's no worries there. But to take advantage of some of the changes, they will need to upgrade their contracts to take advantage of that. If we look here as well, they talk down through the thread here a bit about what it's going to do. We've covered that enough times on the channel here. Talk about the different metrics that had to be hit in order to go for the hard fork. So obviously the stake pool operators were the first to hit theirs. It was 75%. This current epoch, which ends in a few hours, we are at 87% of blocks, and this epoch were made on the 1.35.3 node version, which is great to see. SPO's done a great job there, not only testing but also getting upgraded in time as well. When you look at the exchanges, we have been tracking this for a while. So you can see Binance updated to, they're nearly there now. Upbit in progress, MEXC are ready, Bitrue are ready, and finally Coinbase are in progress as well. I know the foundation have been over and back in contact with them as well. So it's great to see that we're finally getting moving here as well. And I would say now that the date is out, we'll see a lot of the other ones following on fairly quickly as well. So that was the two metrics, and then the third was the dApps as well. If we go down here, you can see the latest on all of these here, and I think the majority of them are basically there as well. So I think that's the majority of it then on the hard fork. If you look over here, I will put a link to this thread down below. A lot of it we've covered before, but I will put links to that if you want to check it out as well. So then we have the weekly development report on Essential Cardano. So you can see they talk about the ecosystem readiness page. which we've shown here a few times already. Daedalus, there's a new version out on testnets, on preview and pre-production, and I would expect a new version to come out for mainnet in the next week or so. I don't personally use Daedalus right now, but it does have its advantages being a full node wallet. But just for my daily wallet, I use some of the other alternatives in the ecosystem right now. So we see here the usual stats. I might do another video on this. I'm trying to find out where different projects are at the minute as well. And I might put that together in a summary video, but good to see these stats growing all the time in terms of projects building, projects launched. I would say this one should start to move a lot quicker as we get towards the end of the year as well. So it does mention here about Catalyst. And I have Daniel's tweet up here about following the latest epoch boundary cross, the Cardano treasury now sits at 1 billion Aada, which is a huge milestone to hit. So anyone who doesn't know about Catalyst, that is a fund that anybody in the ecosystem can apply to. If you have an idea, something you want to build on Cardano, something that needs to be built, you can put in your proposal and apply for funding there, and it is a decentralized system or decentralized fund that can pay for that development. It's voted on by the community. The next vote starts on September 5th as well. So that's Catalyst. Another thing, we also see that Cardano has been added to Robinhood this week as well. Seen some people not happy about it, some people saying it's great. To me, look, anything that gives people more exposure to Cardano is a good thing. If it's a new way for people to hear about Cardano, to get in and maybe buy Aada, then great. And once they learn what it's all about, they can go off and use other exchanges that allow them to pull the funds out as well, which is only a good thing for the ecosystem. If we look on then Aada is a peer-to-peer lending and borrowing platform, which is going to launch on September 13th. So it's not like some of the lending and borrowing that you will have seen on other platforms. I would say the likes of Liquid Finance or Aada that are building on Cardano will be more similar to some of them options. Aada is going to be a peer-to-peer, so someone actually has to put up the funds that you can then loan out. We see this done with some of the NFT platforms on Cardano as well. I think Lending Pond, and there's another one as well I can't think of the name of, but it'll be something similar to that type of thing. But I will do a deeper dive into it once they launch, and I can put together some tutorials on how it all works as well. World Mobile also put out their dev diary, so for August, the latest updates that are going on there. So I will do a full video on this. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen with early staking, which happens the 9th of every month. There's a snapshot. September 9th is currently the last one that people see in their vault, but as far as I know, that's going to continue until mainnet goes live. Testnet sounds like it's not that far away as well, but as soon as I get any dates on that, I'll let you know. Early staking rewards for Earthnode operators as well. There was an announcement. I'm sure most Earthnode operators are aware of this. So there will be extra staking rewards for the Earthnode operators over the first few months while we wait for mainnet as well. But I'm sure most other Earthnode operators like myself are looking forward to getting into testnet, trying things out and getting ready for mainnet when that goes live as well. So look, I won't hold people any longer. I might do a deeper dive into some of the latest news around the ecosystem over the weekend or early next week. The main point of this one was to get the date out there when the Vasil hard fork is going to happen. I hope you have a great weekend. Do share it out if you think others need to know that Cardano is moving ahead, full steam ahead. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.